3, 2, 1, penis.
All right.
Oh, wait.
That's our audio sync.
Was I supposed to say it?
No, because I edit it, so I time it up from when I say penis when I hear you say it. Yeah, it just works.
Okay. I thought we all had to be saying.
I mean, that would be interesting to know for the sake of calibrating, like, the latency between each of us by, like, comparing the time difference, but we're not doing mathematics here. We're not doing science. We're syncing audio.
Science rules.
Science is... I have a fucking mug over on my nightstand I got from the Arizona Museum of Natural History. That's a T-Rex wearing sunglasses, and it has, like, this, like, Pantone background, like, all these, like, colors. And it says something like "Science isn't dead" or something. I haven't watched it.
Guys,
like
we're gonna have to speed this up right now. My Audacity says I only have the disk space remaining for 167 hours and 43 minutes of recording.
No,
I don't know if we can get this done in time.
I guess we have to wrap this up. Thanks for watching Late Night with Big and Wow. No, but actually, welcome to Late Night with Big and Wow.
Yeah,
you just got fooled. You thought it was the end of the episode, but it's actually the beginning of the episode.
Debated. Yes, I am Mia. Other co-host, Emmy. Say hi.
Don't tell me what to do.
We have to do intros, you fucking bitch. And special guest.
It wasn't even till last. Welcome our special guest. It's Chandler.
It's fucking proper podcast etiquette, you cunt.
You're doing a good job. Welcome, Chandler, to our show. Thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Are you truly?
I could be playing Mario Kart.
We ripped Chandler away from the new Mario Kart tracks that are releasing right now.
They released 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, and now you're stuck here with us.
Be through like 3 tracks right now.
You're stuck here in detention with us for the next hour.
Yeah, it's because I had too many C's on my report card. Mom said I have to do this. I'm grounded in my room with no electronics except for podcasting equipment.
Makes sense you would get a lot of C's considering the only video game you play.
That's true. Thieves Amongst the Sea is the game he plays.
I love doing funny commendations for funny cosmetics. That's literally the entire gameplay loop.
What's your style right now? What aesthetic do you go for in the game? Like your ship and your pirate?
My ship is like this new set that came out. They released the brand new fancy Chest of Fortune that's worth like $20,000. And they released a ship set for turning in 30 of them. It's like Hydra themed. It's like a Hydra sails with glowing eyes, like a Hydra figurehead with glowing eyes, and like this like yellow and like blue theme kind of, which are like my two
Hydra
favorite.
sails, Hydra wives.
Yeah, it's like my 2 favorite colors are yellow and blue, so that's like the ship set that I use. And then my pirate, I'm kind of going for like minimalist with tattoos, basically like just some basic pants and a basic belt and a headband, so you can still see my hairstyle. And then a bunch of tattoos, like, all over him.
You're like the Steve Jobs of pirates. Or like Bill Gates. Keep it simple.
True.
What would your pirate name be? All 3 of us. If you were a pirate, what would your name be?
Yarmy. I've put in my vote.
And you put in your vote and no effort.
I've inserted my submission. You asked and I delivered the answer. Chandeliere.
I feel like I would have to be some iteration of a beard name, right?
Could be, yeah. You got quite the scruff going on right now.
Mid-beard.
You know what, my...
Yar.
Average Joe beard.
Mid-beard the average. Oh.
Nothing special about me, the 7 C's. I'm just a guy.
I've got an economically realistic amount of loot.
I'm just working me 9 to 5 on the ship. I clock in, swab the deck, clock out, and go to bed. Repeat.
Arr, Captain, it be time for me smoke break.
Eat, sleep, pirates, repeat.
Arr, Captain, these living conditions on the boat are pretty shitty. I think me and the other pirates are going to unionize.
You definitely would be Captain Midbeard because of your extensive knowledge of navigating that video game's fake ocean.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that I've
fictional
memorized
seas.
where like literally everything is.
I think my pirate name would be like Todd. It's a good pirate name.
Ooh, I thought of one. I'll be Abraham Lincoln. What do you guys think?
That's like a whole step removed from Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer.
Abraham Lincoln, captain of the 7 seas.
He freed the sloops.
True.
So did we want to talk about like how long are we gonna wait before we get into the lore of Sensational? Because Chandler doesn't know anything about it, but it's something that we forgot to talk about last week.
I have no idea what that even is.
Just look for a picture of a guy that has top text that says Sensational. Yes.
And there's another one below it that says unsensational.
Emmy, do you want to explain this one? We posted it to the Twitter.
I can explain part of it.
I also see one where Markiplier has been edited to be holding a fat blunt and his eyes are bloodshot. I don't know why I couldn't get that one out.
The sensational thing comes from that we were looking, Mia and I were hanging out one night, and I was streaming my just microphone research. I was searching stuff, and I looked up a Guitar Center near me, and we came upon different reviews of it, and there was someone who left a review named J Sensation. I think it was just J Sensation.
Ray
I don't think his name was Ray. And so we just like clicked on it, and apparently you can look at like Google reviewers like profiles or whatever. They have like profiles of places they've reviewed, and apparently this guy has done enough to have a very extensive profile. His name was Ray Sensation, which was fascinating enough, but we just went and did this deep research on this one guy that we'd never heard of.
You went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
We found this rabbit hole because he took pictures at like all of these places. It was just pictures like that. Like if you go to our
40-year-old
Twitter,
dad selfie.
Yeah, and there's just so many of them, and like there were pictures of him in clubs with like just women around him everywhere, and it was so weird because I've never gone down any kind of rabbit hole for a Google review, but to find like a personality behind it. And then we ended up finding out that he goes to these different various places because he has some kind of production company and they make stuff.
Wolf Eye Films.
And he one of his things he did was he shot something with Steve Harvey, this like Steve Harvey fucking like promo or something.
It's basically a CapCut edit of Steve Harvey. I think it's called really like weird. Steve Harvey Fashion King. FASHIN King.
That's weird.
Oh, also, yes, this man does not fluently speak English. Also,
no, I think he's from Venezuela, I think is where it was.
I don't remember. But this ended up being like a couple hours of, well, at least like an hour.
Solid
of
hour.
Our lives. And then there was just this hilarious picture of him that we captioned Sensational. And we just kept getting pictures of him. Like there's a picture of him with Steve Harvey in our server chat.
Yeah, I see it.
From something, the unsensational picture is from something he filmed. It's just like a screen cap from it because that guy's acting is terrible. And he looked so uncomfortable.
Yeah, just that random guy with the most pained
Looks
smile.
Like me anytime I have to try to force a smile for a photo.
Exactly.
Except somehow worse.
That's supposed to be a man
Which
happy with his family at Christmas. Have we posted Unsensational?
No, I don't think so.
We gotta put that up with this episode. If I remember, I'll put well, I guess I don't have to remember because I listened to the whole thing back. I'll put both pictures on screen now. There they are.
Whoa!
Look at them.
There's pictures on the screen.
There's pictures on the screen. They're still on the screen. They've been on the screen too long.
Get them out of here. Oh shit, they're coming back.
Oh no, they came back.
Now they're doing a backflip.
Whoa. Oh no, they're having sex. No.
Censor it, censor it, censor it.
Quick.
I almost got demonetized there. That was close.
That was crazy. It's a good thing they're just drinking coffee at a table in New York in a cafe right now. And that's all they're doing.
Oh shit. I think one of them's about to propose.
He said yes.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Sensational.
Sensational. Chandler, what do you think of that lore?
I think it's very intriguing. I never even thought about like just going in and like review rabbit holing.
Again,
I care so little about reviews.
this only was because I was just doing random microphone research before I bought this one, and we happened to stumble upon that, and his name fascinated us so that we did that research.
Yeah, it's just such an eye-catching name, Ray Sensation.
Like if his name was just like Ray, insert random last name.
Yeah, because it was like he took a picture of like a piano or something that I guess he got at a Guitar Center, and then his name is Ray Sensation. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's like a stage name. And then we went on the deep dive. We went Ray too deep.
That ended up being a great deal of our lives that we wouldn't want back.
The universe can keep that one. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
As long as it was time well spent in your eyes, it's time well spent.
Time spent with friends is time well spent.
But what if those friends are actively stabbing you? Then is it time well spent?
I don't know. Do we attend stabbing club every Sunday?
Maybe I do.
Are you a veteran member of stabbing club?
Yeah. See, we always pick on the new guy and stab him until he bleeds out. And then we summon the word of Cthulhu and resurrect him and have a laugh about it.
We do a similar thing at a clubbing club.
What do you do at clubbing club? I wonder.
Really a thinker. Funny enough, we do a very similar thing at thinking club.
You pick on the first, like, the newest member and you think really hard at them, like...
Yeah. 1,000 years in mine prison.
Change.
Chandler, what's up in your world?
Like, just what's happening right now?
Yeah, what's happening? How you doing?
I would describe my current state of being as mildly concerned for my long-term health based on my sleeping patterns, but too lazy to fix it.
Damn.
Because right now I stay up until like 3, 4 a.m. and call, and then I'll stay up till like 6, 7 a.m. on my phone, and then I'll just wake up whenever I have to go do something, whether that's going to work at like 3 something, whether it's class at 10 a.m. like it's going to be tomorrow, or just anything. And then just one day when I'm free, I'll sleep for like 20 hours straight. And I know not getting enough sleep is bad for you. Not having regular sleep is bad for you. And sleeping for too long is bad for you. And I'm checking off all like bad sleeping habits.
What's causing your bad sleep? Just a bad habit, or you getting distracted?
It's mostly a bad habit, I would say. Like, I'm just like, because I work most days until like 10, I don't want to like work and then immediately go to sleep. So then I'm like, I gotta have some meaningful like me gaming time or me on my phone time or doing whatever.
You gotta reclaim your hours.
Yes, I reclaim my hours at night, basically.
Now, Emmy, you had a question.
Yeah. I sure did.
Oh no.
No, I remember what it was. I was just letting that ride out longer. What is everyone's like big picks from this Mario Kart drop? Like, I have to remember what the maps were that came out. That I don't really give a shit about that bath one that they made.
I don't remember what they were.
Squeaky clean sprint.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do not fucking care.
Dude, I'm a Moonview Highway enthusiast. I'm excited about Moonview Highway.
Moonview Highway is pretty hype. I'm personally, what the fuck was it?
Sure, everybody is like most excited for Koopa Cape, which I don't blame them. I love Koopa Cape. Not as much.
Oh, you know what I'm excited about? More than anything, Petey Piranha. I love Petey Piranha.
I'm so hype about. I did not think they were actually gonna put it in the game, but I'm so hype about Daisy Cruiser.
Oh yeah,
I love Daisy Cruiser. That's such an interesting map for them to bring back, but it's so dope. And they redid it. I'm looking at the trailer and I can like see things they changed about it to make it more like modern. It's such a dope. I mean, it's a hard map to navigate, but I hope it is a little I hope it's got a nice spin on it with the new mechanics and stuff, because it was a double dash map.
I'm excited about all the new racers.
I will still be picking Luigi every single race.
That's pretty based.
I'm probably just gonna keep running the same car because I don't feel like changing it.
That's how I feel.
What would be like your dream like course to be added to Mario Kart? Any like franchise, any stage or theme? Like for me personally, I'd love if like the Wii Sports Resort Island was turned into a track. What would be that
awesome
for you?
You know what's funny? You should get Mario Kart 7 because there's 2 courses from Mario Kart 7 that have the Wii Sports Island as a track.
Oh my god. Wait, do I might have Mario Kart 7. Is that on 3DS?
Yes.
Yeah, I have that.
There's Woohoo, Loop, and I forget what the name of the other one is. But they're like I think one of them is like 3 laps and one of them is like a really long 1-lapper.
Huh.
That has segments, kind of like some of the Mario Kart. That's what a lot of people that have played that game want to come back from Mario Kart 7. I don't think it's coming back.
Yeah.
They also added Koopa Cape.
I mean, honestly, with these DLC courses, Mario Kart has really been slobbing on my knob a little bit. Like, I've gotten, like, all, like, Waluigi Pinball, Shroom Ridge, Sky Garden. Like, everything they keep coming out with is, like, Chandler wants that in the game. Like, Calamari Desert is one I never played. I'm like, Calamari Desert looks so cool with the train. I want that in the game. And then they added it. The only courses like from my childhood that I would really like to see that I haven't got, I want Airship Fortress from Mario Kart DS.
Oh, yeah, true.
Can't even think of a single Mario Kart Wii track that I would even want that isn't already in the game. Maybe like Toad's Factory or something, or is Toad's Factory?
Maybe the Nintendo DS battle map.
I would appreciate Mushroom Bridge personally.
Max?
I really like Mushroom Bridge. It's a very interesting highway map. But there's also, I'd have to look up all the Double Dash courses.
I'm just now
forgetting them.
remembering the idea that I had from Mario Kart quite a while ago that I thought would be like a cool game mode addition to the game of hybrid tracks. That being that once you reach like a certain halfway point on one track, it becomes a different track and like it like blends in or like you go through a warp or whatever. Like the way that Smash Bros does stage switching in Ultimate. I still would really like that. I think that'd be a cool mechanic.
I wouldn't mind DK Mountain either. I like DK Mountain.
Do we have a Wario Stadium?
We have Waluigi Stadium.
Waluigi Stadium?
Wario Stadium is in like the DS Wario Stadium?
The one that's like all dirt and it has like the high walls. Kind of like circles in towards the center.
That's Wario Coliseum.
Wario Coliseum.
We don't have it.
There's Wario Coliseum and there's 2 Wario Stadiums. There's one from N64 and one from DS that are completely different.
There's Dino Jungle too. That would be fun.
I think I'm thinking of the N64 one, perhaps. Mayhaps?
N64 one. It's like all like brown mud, right?
Yeah.
That's N64. Wario Stadium in DS is more like dirt, and there's a bunch of jumps and fire, kind of like how Waluigi Stadium is a little bit, and there's some sections with like mud.
Do you think the reason why we can't get Wario Stadium again is because only one person can have it at a time, the way that, like, companies buy out sports stadiums to be like Chase Field?
Well, Wario Stadium DS is in the base Mario Kart 8.
Base.
But we have not seen Wario Stadium N64 remade it. I think it's like the only N64 map or something that hasn't been remade or something like that.
Do you have any N64 games you're particularly fond of? Any old, like, retro things?
No, I'm not really into retro stuff, I'll be honest. Like, I haven't really ever emulated them. I didn't get to grow up with any of those. Like, my first consoles were the Nintendo Wii and the Xbox 360. So.
I can think of one thing that's retro that you like, and that's Pokemon.
Well, yeah, but I don't even play, like, I think I've played through the Generation 2 games one time. Would Generation 3 even count as retro? So I do like Gen 3 a lot.
I think 15 years is the cutoff for retro. Like, the Wii is now retro.
Oh, well, yeah, Pokemon would probably be that. I also have a soft spot in my heart for very specific cheap Xbox games that my parents got me when I was a kid that I realize now they definitely got from the bargain bin.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the Ridge Racer series before?
Yeah.
Ridge Racer 6 for the Xbox 360 was my first like console video game ever. We did have like an old ass computer that I played some like point and click games on that were like educational when I was really young. But like my first like video game was Ridge Racer 6. I'll always have a soft spot for that game. I was horrible at it. We would get 16th out of 16th place every time. And when I play with my brothers, we'd get 14th, 15th, and 16th place every time. We thought that zigzagging your car made it go faster. That's not how cars work.
No. Maybe you thought all the other cars were alligators and you were running away from them.
We just didn't even care that we'd almost never see the other cars after like the beginning of the race. So we never even really like factored them into our
Is that what made you think that you were like way ahead? Is because you never saw them again?
No,
you thought you were ahead of them?
We knew we weren't winning. We knew we weren't winning, but we didn't care. We were just having fun.
You know?
It was a simpler. We were like 6, 5, and 4, I think, or something like, or maybe like 7, 6, and 5 when we started playing that game.
What was like the age for like both of you? Like what age did you like actually start being competent at video games and weren't just like dumb baby always coming in last place?
That depends on what kind of game you're talking about, because you say coming in last place, but
I would say Mario Kart DS is the first game that I really sat down and got good at.
Like barely having the competency to play the game at all to actually being able to play the game as intended.
I think like once I got my Nintendo DS and started playing games on there is when I actually started becoming competent. But I think Mario Kart was the first, because I really wish they would bring this back, but they'll never bring it back in a million, trillion, quadrillion years. There's certain features from Mario Kart DS I wish were in the series again, like in Mario Kart DS, drifting by like hitting the directional, like spamming the directional inputs, like kind of like wiggling, like to get your drift faster.
That still messes me up today.
No, yeah, I played so much Mario Kart 8, I've kind of like gotten rid of the habit. But man, like when I first started playing like Mario Kart Wii and even like Mario Kart 8, I would just wiggle the control, like I would get drift faster and I just wouldn't. I also wish they would have the mission mode back from DS. That shit was fire.
Oh yeah. Now, Emmy, what about you?
what age did I start playing competently?
What's the first video game you were like, I'm good at this game? Like,
yeah, what age or what game?
I wasn't really like, I'm good at this game. I like played games and beat a lot of them. If I couldn't beat them, I quit them.
real. I did
Real.
that a lot.
Like I grew up on single player. I wasn't
I mean, I was only playing against comms and DS most of the time.
like when I'm not even talking about that. Like we'd play Mario Kart and Smash sometimes as siblings or whatever or friends, but it wasn't like nobody was really good like that. It wasn't really like any of us were trying. To question what age I was when I started taking video games seriously and playing them competently is hard, because I always took them seriously. I don't remember what game I would have beaten first, but I mean, I started with the N64 and the GameCube. Like, I played a lot on both of those, and my main things I can remember about the N64 are Mario 64 and Smash and GoldenEye, and I'm pretty sure I beat GoldenEye. On GameCube, it was like Melee, Mario Kart. I never had Mario Kart 64. GameCube was a lot of like me watching my dad play more than anything, but I can remember beating some games like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom here and there. There was just no like straight up development in my competence playing the games that I can recall, because I didn't track it like that. And it doesn't help that my memory sucks, but like I still, to this day, play video games, and depending on the game versus my ability to play it, it either works or it doesn't work. So it's just kind of always been like that.
Cool. So let's say 8. I don't think I understood any video game I played. Even though I beat Spider-Man on the PS1 when I was like 5 years old, I don't think I had any like competent grasp of what was happening in video games and like the structure of them until I was maybe like, I think around like 9 or 10, my brain actually turned on when playing video games. And I was like, oh, there's like a formula to these.
Well, yeah, I've never thought about video games like that. I've never been like, I don't understand the layout of what is happening here. I just followed the story every time. Like Mario 64 was like, you read the instructions and you play the game, and then the shit happens, and Bowser's the bad guy, Peach is the princess, and that was enough for me.
I think there's like a certain age or whatever, a certain amount after like you're familiar enough with gaming as a kid that every new game you play doesn't feel like you're starting from scratch with gaming experience. Whether or not like, you know, you feel more comfortable with the controller, like I think there's like a certain age at which you still have to look at the tutorial to know how to walk forward. And then once you're like past that is when gaming like typically takes off.
Like once you're aware of all like the universal controls, like this button is usually used for this thing.
When every new game isn't starting from the very beginning of knowledge, and you can use previous knowledge to like improve upon your next gaming adventure.
Right. Being born into the joystick lifestyle, though, once I picked it up, it wasn't very much different. It was like the joystick is how you move.
Born from your daddy's joystick.
Use the buttons to do stuff and figure out which button does what. And then
your daddy put his joystick in your mom's port 1.
What a reference to the GameCube ports. There's
Man, controller ports don't even fucking exist anymore. Dude, that was a thing up until I think like the Wii.
Playing with wired controllers was so annoying. They still existed on the Xbox 360 all the way through its lifespan until the Xbox One. I had multiple controllers that were wired. And once we finally started getting wireless ones, my brothers would always fight for the wireless one, and the other two would be stuck with the wired
That's
ones.
something that concerns me with the Metal Gear remakes that are coming out this year. Or maybe, like, I think they're coming out this year. Metal Gear Solid has the mechanic in the Psycho Mantis fight where you have to switch your controller port because you have to switch your controller from, like, port 1 to any other port. I think there's only 2 ports on the PS1. But we don't have controller ports anymore, so how does that fight even work if your system doesn't even have ports?
They'll change it.
You gotta switch from Joy-Con 1 to Joy-Con 2.
How would they not change it?
Well, I know they have to change it somehow. Well, there's a way to beat the fight without changing the controller port, I think, eventually. Through a lot of, like, spamming, and, like, the game just, like, gives you an out eventually if you can't figure it out. But I'm curious, like, how they're gonna substitute that in the remakes.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom while you figure that out.
Now, while you're pissing, think of me.
Remember me when you're trying to get pink eye. Remember me.
Why would you be trying to get pink eye?
I was just thinking about it with the bathroom, you know?
I'd like to imagine that my face will appear in the toilet bowl. Like, Emmy will see a vision of me.
Like the fucking, like, reflection in Mulan.
Oh!
That is the true depths of depravity, is looking at your reflection in the toilet bowl. You have any, like, gimmick from any game that's, like, just some, like, weird thing, some weird gimmicks, like the Metal Gear, having to switch to controller port 2, anything like that, like, you remember fondly or sticks out to you?
Nothing. The thing is, I didn't really play story-based games most of the time because I never owned my own system except when I had my own DS. But even then, my brothers also had DSs. So most of my childhood, it was playing games that are multiplayer, at least locally. We played Ridge Racer, played Burger King games that they got in like the bargain bin, like Sneak King, and there was like this Burger King like car game. There was like this Burger King bike racing game that was actually like really good for some reason. We played a shit ton of. Like Mario and Sonic, Mario Kart, just anything that was like a party game is what we play. So like most of those games don't use any like specific like insane ass like this sticks out as a unique mechanic because I didn't really play games where there were boss fights or anything.
Yeah. What about something like on the DS? There's stuff like Brain Age Academy where like you turn the system sideways to use it.
You just unlocked the memory. I forgot about Brain Age.
Yeah.
Holy shit. The thing is, I didn't play that much Brain Age because it would confuse me and I'd get angry at it. I was stupid enough where some of those shits you had to do were
5 + 3. Fuck.
I don't have that many fingers on this hand.
What the fuck? How am I supposed to count if I'm holding the DS?
Hey there, late night listeners. Thank you so much for listening to Late Night with Big and Wow. We're just taking a little break here to tell you about the BigWowBig Patreon. Not only is it an extra step of support for the channel, it also has numerous benefits such as unreleased BigWowBig content, exclusive patron live streams, and even getting to tell us what video to make. If you've got a heart in your chest and money in your wallet, then head over to patreon.com/BigWowBig and join today. Thanks again for listening. Now back to the show.
I think like maybe the only story-based game I had as a kid was Pokemon games, like Pokemon Heart Gold, Pokemon Black for a short period of time before my brother lost my entire DS.
Was it Pokemon Black? No, I'm thinking of Pokemon X and Y that had the Inkay that you turn upside down. Is that X and Y?
Yeah, they didn't start adding crazy-ass evolution methods like that until Gen 6, and I didn't play Gen 6 or Gen 7.
Emmy, since you were away when I asked the question, you got any like gimmicks or anything from a video game that stands out to you? Stuff in like this type of like having to switch
like
from controller port
mechanic.
1 to 2, some unique mechanic that like you remember fondly or sticks out to you.
Maybe we should stop asking Emmy memory-based questions.
Remember the first time you shoved a cack up your ass?
Yes. I remember that better than, is there any unique video game mechanic that really stuck out to you?
Shut up. You're so mean to me. Chandler, you get to see this firsthand, how much Emmy fucking bullies me.
Just trying to think. One thing I hate is when I'm like clearly like sitting and thinking about an answer. Somebody's like, why aren't you fucking answering me? I'm like, why are you talking? I'm thinking. Shut the fuck up. That was like that stuck out to me when I was a kid. I got yelled at all the time for,
You kind of get this dead expression when you're thinking about stuff, though.
Yeah, and nobody learns that's when I'm thinking. It's one face, and I look dead as shit.
I can tell when you're thinking. That's why I made the comment, because I realized you're going to be thinking for a while.
Right, but just like nobody seems to learn, except for like, obviously, you guys and some people now, but it's just like, it's such a pain in the ass.
The podcast listeners at home don't know about like the 20 seconds of silence that will sometimes be cut out of episodes between questions.
Right, well, you gotta leave that one in for context.
Yeah.
I had an idea in the bathroom that kind of relates to this like unique video game mechanic thing, and I was like thinking about, because when I think of old games, most of what I think of usually is Zelda. And I was thinking about like how much I hated Zelda games sometimes as a kid because I couldn't figure out the puzzles and shit. So I was like curious if you guys have any like genre of game that was just like your no-go. Like I'd rather unalive myself than play that kind of game, or maybe a specific one. But for me, it was like puzzle games. Like I couldn't fuck with puzzle games just because I was too stupid. Like, I could figure out 3D platformers, and I could figure out, like, racing games or shooters, but I couldn't figure that shit out at all. Like, I beat GoldenEye 007 as, like, a 6-year-old, but I couldn't figure out Zelda as, like, a 10-year-old. And it just was too much. I still can't figure out most Zelda games. But, like, at least now I have the competence to try and figure it out. And I also have the internet, because there's walkthroughs of everything. But, like, if there was a mechanic or like a feature, I don't know if there's anything like that from like childhood. I only have such a extensive memory of video games because I didn't play that many for so long. Like, a lot of my teens were spent trying to just survive and or smoking weed. So I just like don't remember a lot of shit. Like, I hit Call of Duty really hard from like 2010 to 2012 or 13, and then I fell off of that. Like, I was just so into Black Ops when it came out, and then the zombies also, and I played the shit out of the multiplayer and the zombies in Black Ops, and then Black Ops 2 came out, and I played the shit out of the both in that, and then Modern Warfare 3 came out, and I did not play Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer that much. What I played in that was Spec Ops. I played the fuck out of that because it was basically like zombies, but it's just loads of troopers that come down from the sky and try to kill you instead. As for like a unique video game mechanic that stuck out to me, I'm trying to think of anything I've played. Like, I didn't pick up gaming and take it very seriously until I was like 17 in the way of, that's when I started playing Overwatch. And I don't know if any of the viewers or either of you know how extensive it was, but I've talked about it before. From like that point of starting Overwatch with the people I was playing it with at the time, I played Overwatch almost every day for like roughly under 2 years, and I just got good at it and I was obsessed with it. But I don't know if I've actually played a boss fight in Undertale, but I find the boss fights in Undertale really interesting.
Yeah.
I find the way they do boss fights interesting, just because of, I mean, I find everything about Undertale interesting. That's why I bought it, but it's so weird, and I enjoy games that are like really obscure. That's why like I play all the indie horror games I do, because they're all so weird.
You know, it's times like these that it's tragic that we don't have a video version of this podcast for the past 2 minutes of you explaining this, and Chandler and I both just sitting here just like stroking our facial hair. Like the past, I noticed it like halfway through that we're both just rubbing our chins.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of a way to respond to Emmy's question about what type of games I wouldn't want to play, because as a kid I did not care. But I will say, you saying Undertale reminded me that anytime I found out a fan base of something was cringe, I would avoid it. Like, I never played Undertale because I saw all the Undertale shit posting. I'm like, wow. Like, the game looks not bad, but wow, I don't want to be associated with these people.
Yeah, I was never...
That's like the only thing I can think of.
I never jumped on a stan or anti-stan train. I always have had a policy that I'm just going to play games and base them solely on my experience. I do the same thing with movies or music or whatever. It is hard for me sometimes to get somebody's opinion out of my head if it's like somebody personal and they give me their take and it's really like extreme one way or the other. It's hard for me not to be a little influenced by it, whether I'm against them or with them. Most of the time, because like internet spoilers have never really ruined anything for me. Like, there's a lot of movies that were spoiled for me and I still had the same reaction I would have.
Because you're a spoiled little baby.
Well, honestly, that catches me so off guard. I don't even know what you mean by that as a joke or seriously.
You're not affected by spoilers because you are spoiled.
Yeah,
I'm confused.
But like not really.
Like, I see what you were going for there, but I'm also kind of confused at that statement.
It's just wordplay.
Yes, but
it doesn't work because the person you're
the
talking
wordplay,
about
sure,
is not
but it
spoiled.
doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
but you don't have to take it in that context, though. I can make the joke that Chandler is gay. That doesn't
Your joke
that doesn't
sucks.
mean that you have to be gay for it to be funny.
I guess, but
I didn't understand.
I can call you something like I'm calling you a name. Like I don't think you're actually spoiled. I just think it's funny to
scenario,
I can
call
call
you
you Franklin, and just because
spoiled.
that's not legal doesn't mean it's not funny.
you forgot to add /J after you said
Yeah,
that.
that's why I didn't understand.
That's why we didn't get it, because we're speaking on the internet. You got to use your whatever the fuck those things are called.
Yeah, this is Red Cord.
Hello, my fellow Redditors. Thank you for the karma.
Thank you for the upvotes.
I think that my joke was very simple, and both of you are just a little bit silly.
Okay, well, being the two people on top, like, it's so funny that me and Chandler in this Discord call, on my perspective, are the two on top, and me is the one on the bottom, and then the joke thing is so funny.
You just want to be mean to
Just
me again.
because-
I'm being bullied. It's bullying. It's happening again.
I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be mean to you. Your joke didn't make any fucking sense. I understand what you were going for now.
Your jokes are still fine because you're punching up, but I can't make jokes about you because then I'd be punching down, and those are not cool.
Those jokes are not okay.
I don't know. Maybe explaining for the past 2 minutes why my joke wasn't funny might be punching down a little bit.
Anyway,
just imagine the visual of me punching downwards.
another game I remembered that was one of my first was Donkey Kong 64, which I also have not touched since then because nobody's re-released it or anything. Thinking about an HD release of that is kind of crazy, but I don't. Not that I think that will happen. I just think it would be really funny for them to like rebuild that game from the ground up for no reason.
I think Nintendo's greedy asses will eventually get around to it.
Well, no, they don't own Rare anymore.
Well, yeah, but
that's right.
they put Banjo on the N64 thing. They're probably gonna put.
They
Donkey
had to
Kong on
license
it.
that though specifically for Smash. They had to like get that from Microsoft.
Right, but they also gave them Banjo-Kazooie for the N64 console.
The things that Rare games, the Rare collection, all of that is a part of Game Pass, which is like a big thing that dissuades it from ever coming to Nintendo anymore. Is that Rare is kind of a Microsoft exclusive.
Just like Activision Blizzard about to be.
But just seeing that a game made by the same people who made Donkey Kong 64 is on the N64 Virtual Console and it's just as big of a hit, I could totally see it coming to that.
It's possible.
Especially since Microsoft and Nintendo have worked together for that.
There's like a certain era of like N64 stuff that is like, because Donkey Kong was licensed to Rare to make those games. So like Donkey Kong 64 possibly could happen, but that would come at the cost of like a lot of legality between them and Microsoft of who actually owns the rights to that game.
I don't fucking know.
Now, actually, I'm pretty, knowledgeable in video game law. Let me type my Reddit comment to prove you wrong.
I've played all 6 Phoenix Wright games. I know what I'm doing.
I've played all 64 Nintendos on the Nintendo 64, so I think I know what I'm doing.
I played all 64 of the Nintendo games. Yes, that's right.
My date said no to prom, and I said objection.
Objection!
Objection, why won't you go with an 8th guy like me?
Objection, I present the evidence that you're a shallow bitch.
I was only asking you out of pity anyways.
Me and my fedora shall go elsewhere.
Me and my toupee.
Everyone like having a toupee in like
You have a
middle school.
toupee in high school.
Yeah. You fucking like some like 8th grader just like shaves his head bald to be like One Punch Man, but then has to get a toupee. I knew a guy who legitimately just like he just fucking like at like the age of like 16 just like shaved his head bald and was a massive fan of One Punch Man.
I don't know about you guys, but I always get the masculine urge every now and again to shave my head bald.
I've never had the urge to shave it bald,
I have and did.
but I do have the urge to like cut it shorter. Every time that I wear my hair down, which is very rare, because my hair is up almost 24/7, I always have it like it kind of goes down to one side, and the side that isn't like, because it's like everything, you know, that kind of hairstyle that everybody has now, where it's like shaved on the sides and then it like swoops, you know, like Pidgeotto on the top. I had that when my hair was shorter.
What a specific hairstyle reference.
Yeah.
PGO now.
Exactly.
You are right, though.
And so, like, my hair, since it's longer, it's kind of like that, but it goes down to one side. So, like, there's one side of my head that's completely, like, unaffected by that, and I just kind of have to sweep around to the back, and I get tempted to shave that side of my head.
I have kind of an issue recent years with dandruff.
Oh.
And my theory is that if I shave my head fully, it'll be way easier to get rid of the dandruff.
Okay, but you
Because
know
there'll
what's
be
going
no
to
hair to
happen,
get-
though, if you have dandruff and you shave your head bald, is that you're just going to have a flaky head.
Yeah, but that's like way easier to fix.
Your head is going to look like the salt flats.
You see, it would initially, but I feel like it'd be way easier to make it not look like the salt flats when there's nothing else to get in the way to like actually apply stuff to make it to like fix it.
I mean, you can still apply stuff to your...
Well, yeah, but it's like an uphill battle, and like I forget a lot of the time.
Do you not
It's-
use, like, anti-dandruff shampoo like Head & Shoulders or anything?
I did for a while, and I haven't bought any in a while, so it
So,
kind of just sticks around.
so your preference would be to shave your head bald before just switching back to dandruff shampoo?
No, I would use it. I feel like it. What my theory is that it would any like method like that would be like way more effective and work way faster without.
Yeah,
hair
it's the
anyway.
nuclear option.
Yes, exactly. There's a reason I haven't acted on it.
You're burning down the house to kill the ants.
Yeah, there's a reason why I haven't done it, but I've thought about it. It's like I hate headaches so much, for example. So sometimes I think, well, headaches are caused by the pressure in your head. So if I stab a hole in my head, it'll release the pressure. I've literally thought like I have like that intrusive thought where I just take a knife and stab the side of my head to make a hole so that the pressure.
You got Civil War
It's
brain.
gone.
You got like Civil War era medicine brain. Just like, oh, open up the skull to relieve pressure.
You see, technically it would work.
Mm.
Although my head would still probably hurt for a different
Is it
reason.
breezy in here for anyone?
I had a radio antenna go through my head.
Damn. You want to tell that story?
It was on my fucking birthday too. It was like my birthday. I don't remember which one. One of the kid ones.
Somebody just took a radio antenna, stabbed it in your forehead, and went, Pikmin!
I don't remember why, but I was like trying to what is the word I was trying to like show. I guess I was trying to show that I could like fall and it wouldn't hurt or something.
Like you were trying to
Just like
prove
some
you could
kid
stage
thing.
fall.
Yeah, you're trying to flex.
I guess, and then
You were like trying to do a stage fall where it looks like you fell and hurt yourself, but like it's all like controlled.
something like that, I guess, yeah. And I fell on a radio, and the antenna went through my head. And the only memory I have of the wound is just seeing blood come out of a little hole in my head.
Which way did it go through? Like, where in your head?
It went through like the back somewhere. It went like straight through.
Like right in that, like, around, like, the spine, that little, like, arch? Like the nape of your neck?
No, it went like through my head. It went
Like
like
the top,
oh,
near
shit.
the top.
yeah, it went like somewhere back here, I think.
Right between the plates?
Like, did it go through one side and come out the other, or did it just like kind of get stabbed in there?
No, it just kind of no, it did not go through my entire head. No.
It's like a superhero origin story.
I don't remember, but it probably was like condensed all the way. The like antenna, how you could like stretch it out further. It was probably condensed all the way, and that's
Oh.
why it didn't go as far.
Ah.
That's why it didn't like kill me or do severe brain damage, but it did, and I don't remember anything about it. In fact, I remember something else happening after that, but I don't know if it was after that. But also, like, my sister and two of our friends were there, and I just remember like trying to be like, I can fall and it won't hurt. And I don't remember actually falling on the antenna. And then I don't remember anything that actually happened after. I just don't like I literally don't remember if that led to any kind of like hospital trip or anything. I don't remember. It probably didn't. I don't remember though.
Oh, our child's been impaled. We'll just walk it off.
I mean, maybe it did. I really
right in the fucking back of their skull.
I really don't remember.
My name's Emmy, and due to a tragic radio accident when I was younger, I became Radio Woman using the power of radio waves.
I don't remember much about any of that stuff. Like, if I remember correctly, there was some bike accident that I had in my neighborhood, but I don't remember anything about it. I just remember very little. I remember things that happened, but I guess, like, nothing about them.
You
or
know those
around
little
them.
smiley face balls that people put on the end of their car antennas?
Mm-hmm.
You were that. You were that for a
I
moment.
think there's a gnat that's been flying around my room, and it landed on my screen.
And it landed.
Right?
Sir,
Right, no.
a second gnat has hit the screen.
Hold on, there's a gnat on my
No,
screen.
it's funny because it's literally on your face, Emmy. It's where it is. It's like on. It's like. All right, now it's on your. All right. I gotta act fast because I feel like it has a fast reaction time.
This is why we need a video version, Mia. This is why we need that.
Chandler, set your monitor to like rainbow gradient 2 times speed and just give it a seizure.
wait. No. I'm gonna squish it on my screen. I killed it. But now it's like this indent on my screen. Now I gotta try to get it off. Wait, what? There's a second one. You were right. You spoke
Sir,
into
a second
existence.
gnat is in the screen.
He had a friend.
No, that one got away.
FBI, open up.
That one escaped.
For context, since we don't have a video version of our show yet, Chandler was like, it's on you, like on your window in Discord, and I just like started like flailing around.
I
Yeah.
gotta try to get these bug guts off.
Trying to
of my
scare
He
it.
started like juking the fly.
Yeah.
I can't get it off. It's like a permanent hole in the screen now.
Use your frog tongue and stick it. I would never kill a fly like on my screen. I couldn't.
I've done it a couple times.
Well, I'm realizing now it wasn't the best decision.
If I do usually, I will like smush it with a paper towel and pull it off.
I think I got it now. But I think the second one escaped, which means there's still a gnat in my room.
Dude, that like gnat is gonna haunt your computer. You're gonna be having like graphics card issues in like a month, and you won't know why.
I've already had graphics card issues just occasionally throughout the year, and then I do the same
Your
thing.
3090 failing you?
It's a 3070.
3070?
Occasionally, my computer just won't turn on. Like, the screens won't do anything. And then I
Damn.
gotta take my computer apart, take out the CMOS battery, and reset it, and it fixes it every single time.
Why not just replace the battery?
Well, because the CMOS battery isn't what's failing. But the CMOS battery fixes everything by resetting it somehow.
Have you tried updating your motherboard BIOS? Little Q flash?
Can't say that I have done that. I wouldn't.
Worth trying. Look up your motherboard and see if there's driver updates for it. Put it on a flash drive and boot it. That helped me with some stuff.
I'll look into it if it happens. It hasn't happened in a long time, so I'm hoping that all those hiccups are kind of gone.
Stuff like that can also just sometimes be Windows being dumb. I've been having an issue of like sometimes I unplug a video device like the Elgato, and it'll just blue screen my computer. Although technically green screen, because I'm on an insider build of Windows right now, and I'm trying to get unenrolled from it. I have to wait for a major update for that to happen if I don't want to delete all my data. So I get like specific crashes to that version. Don't sign up for Windows Insider because you want to test one feature. It's impossible to unenroll.
Interesting. I have never even gotten blue screened once on this computer. I've never gotten a blue screen.
I've been blue screened 3 times on this computer.
I was scrolling TikTok last night, just doom scrolling, and I got like that thing that pops up.
Scrolling.
I got that thing that popped up that's like, hey, you've been scrolling for a really long
I
time.
fucking hate those.
And I scrolled past that, and I was like, I'm not listening to that. I'm not doing that. And then a couple posts later, I was scrolling, and then the app crashed. And I was like, well, I guess that's it.
Dude, doom scrolling is so real, dude. I be getting like political posts, and like once I watch one, the algorithm will just start recommending more, and And so it would just be people ranting about some like huge problem in today's society or something really shitty the government's about to do. And then it's just like, wow, society's horrible. And then I see a cute dog video. I'm like, nice.
Awesome. Dopamine reset, scrolling again.
Exactly. It's like it's a wave of emotions.
I get like a cute cat video and then like 20 Reddit TTS like movies and like soap cutting next to like Oppenheimer and shit. It could be the most horrific scene from a movie. It could be like a man watching his child get skinned alive, and next to it will be a fucking Minecraft parkour. Yeah,
Minecraft. No, I was literally watching like some like horrible scene from a movie. I got the image in my head. I don't remember what it was. I think you know what it was. It was somebody reacting to what's the name of that anime where like in the first episode like a goblin like essays like one of the characters. And it's like super controversial. It's like
Berserk? I don't know.
There's one specific anime where like the very beginning there's just immediately like that type of scene. And it's somebody reacting to it all the way up to the point where something like where it actually happens and then like the top goes away and it's just him reacting going, "Oh, what?" And there's just Minecraft porn, but Mario Kart porn. Yeah. Wow.
Just Minecraft porn, Mario Kart porn. Fuck.
Minecraft porn.
I said Minecraft porn, and then I said Minecraft carpour. What the fuck? I just couldn't get out the right word. Minecraft parkour below it.
Yes.
You know that brings up a good question though. You ever watch Minecraft porn unironically?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Glad we're in agreement.
It's the type of thing you just curious. I actually have never watched FNAF porn.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Now the same cannot be said about Overwatch.
I'm your local fuzzy.
Oh my god, Overwatch.
Yeah. Not like the normal shit though.
Apparently the most porn that
I'm
exists
in it for that new shit. I'm just kidding.
Anything
apparently
is
the
Pokemon.
most porn. Yeah, it's
That
Pokemon.
6-foot Horthcock.
Horthcock.
All the Pokemon porn is like super sus though.
I was shown one video of a hypnotizing Misty
Oh no.
by a friend.
That's what I'm saying. It's either like animal genitalia or like the 10-year-olds or like it's so bad.
The only other Pokemon porn video I've seen is a parody where it's like an actual like porn, like not like animated or anything, like actual porn like parody of Pokemon. Just some random hot girls dressing up as Pokemon trainers.
You know, I can say pretty comfortably that I'm into some furry shit, but like I do not get the shit that's like the animal genitalia. It's, you know, if I'm looking at some furry porn and it's like a dog penis, like why not? Why that though? That's like a step too far. That's too far. That's way too close to an animal at that point.
That is an animal. That's bestiality.
Yeah,
That's exactly what that is.
Like I'm not into it, but I can understand like the anthropomorphized like
yeah.
I mean,
with human features.
Like with the human features up to the point that they give it a fucking horse cock. Like,
well, I see no problem with
like it's one thing to have the saying of a horse. Okay, well we don't have to draw the line there.
Yeah. Jeez, thin line. Relax.
It's one thing to say like that somebody has a horse cock. It's another thing for it to be an actual horse's cock.
No, because there's like so many videos of like I don't watch horse cock porn. Please.
It's so funny seeing the fucking vape cloud go through your pop filter.
Hold on. Wait, I didn't see it.
Just watch it fucking diffuse through there.
Wait, that looks sick. Wait, that looks awesome. That looks sick. Anyway, I was gonna say it's always like the giant cock like ripping through the woman's stomach and shit. And
I hate
shit,
like
yeah.
I hate like I have watched some hentai. I'm not really that into hentai, but like I hate that like hentai trope where it's like coming out of like it's like going all the way. You can see the indent of it in your stomach.
Shish kebab.
Like You know what would actually happen if you could see that? She'd be dead. She would be dead. It's just not attractive to me at all.
I need this video real quick.
It's not about anatomically correct. We got fucking size 60 double D titties in here.
It's always like Futanari too that like has
But at least those are physically possible technically. Some people have titties that big.
It's like sure, like they
no dick is big enough to do that to a woman.
Have you seen Ganondorf?
God, there's so much Zelda porn.
Ganondorf isn't real. He can't fuck you.
Don't you dare fucking say that.
Have you ever seen that clip of Zelda porn that went around on the internet? Because it's like a normal part of the video, and it's just like Zelda being like, "So, anal?"
Yes,
Totally.
they're so funny.
yeah.
I've seen that. They're literally just having like a random wholesome moment, and just out of nowhere, she just looks at him like, "So, anal?"
Yeah.
I love the 3D render that's like the Guff-Trup image of like the 3D render of Link, it like being cross-dressed by Zelda and Urbosa, and it just says Link's Awakening.
Yeah. There is a video, in fact, that is the two of them being like, "Link, we can guide you in the ways of taking dick."
Yeah. Urbosa's strap is now ready.
I said I didn't like Zelda as a kid for a reason. I like it now.
Yeah. Ever since they added buff women, that changes it a lot.
I've played the Horn of the Wild. Breath of the Cum.
God, why didn't they didn't bring back Cass for Tears of the Kingdom. There's no Cass. There's a different bird guy who I also like. His name is Pen, but there's no Cass. They took away one of my husbands.
I don't even know that character.
He's the one with the accordion, and he goes. The
only
That's like my character in CFDs was like.
Yeah, exactly.
The only Dilf I remember from Breath of the Wild is the Zora guy. I don't remember his name.
Yes, Sidon.
Everyone fucking loses it to that guy.
Absolutely.
You know, my favorite Breath of the Wild character that isn't Link is the King from the tutorial, because spoiler alert, that's how far I got in the game. I played 1 hour of Breath of the Wild, and that is my only Zelda experience ever. I haven't played any other Zelda game. That is the only one I played, and I barely got into it.
Congratulations, you found all 4 spirit orbs. Now all you have to do is get out while you still can.
I think I have about 200 hours in Tears of the Kingdom now.
I don't have Tears of the Kingdom still. I'm probably not going to get it. I don't care. But
I have it because my brother bought it.
Oh, well.
Like the only reason I had Breath of the Wild is because my brother bought it.
I mean, it's good.
And like everything else on the Switch I
what
bought.
What else
like,
does your brother have?
The Switch. He bought the Switch, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and like that's about, and every other game like Smash Bros, Mario Tennis Aces, Nintendo Switch Sports, all the Pokemon games I bought. I've definitely spent more money on that Switch than he has, like, with the Switch and, like, those 2 games.
I mean, technically, I have a big penis because my brother has one.
There's so
Don't
many...
act like you don't understand my joke.
There's so many... No, there's just so many things wrong with it. It caught me off guard.
No, my reaction was just non-verbal.
The two of you fucking ganging up against me. This sucks.
My first...
Well, no, I wasn't... I didn't think that was bad. I didn't think that was a bad joke. I just didn't react like... Ah, ha, 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 ha. I reacted like...
I was going off of Emmy's reaction.
No, because I was... My first thought was like, oh, that's a good joke. And then my second thought was, wait, brother. And then I like had to process that.
We just had delayed
So it
reactions
slowed me
and you
down.
couldn't handle it. You had PTSD from your first roasting.
Yeah, exactly. Because you both fucking dead stared at me.
Hey, some of the jokes don't land. You gotta be able
That's what
to
happens
take
if you pull down your ass at the talent show. People are gonna stare at you. That's what happens.
But then you say after the fact, yeah, it was a good joke. Okay. So then, what the fuck?
Just because the joke's good doesn't mean I'm gonna laugh at it if I have to like think about it.
Yeah, but you're still just gonna make it weird.
Make it weird how? You said your brother's dick is big.
Yeah, but then you reacted in a way that was to make me uncomfortable.
I reacted by chuckling that was not audible enough and turning my head to the side, which is something I do when I think something is funny, but not like.
Well, if you want to hear that chuckle, check us out on Patreon.
Yeah, we're gonna be posting a bunch of
Chandler chuckle compilation.
You know those like porn videos that aren't any porn, but it's just an audio role play? It's gonna be that of me, but it's just me chuckling the whole time.
Yeah.
Chandeliere chuckles to get you off.
Chuckelier.
That's some straight up fetish video.
And I'm not even gonna guide you, be like, I'm gonna chuckle for you. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna go straight into just chuckling. Just from second one, I'll just be chuckling the whole time. Be like a 2-hour long manifesto.
I just imagine those like dick rating videos. I just imagine that, but it's you doing the dick rating, and it's like, you know, that the humiliation face. Just turn your head away with your like the way you laugh, like.
Now, if I had to rate that penis, I'd say solid shaft. Tip needs some work. Maybe trim up the hair a little bit. Solid 5.5 out of 10. I would 100% if I ever did a dick rating video, which I probably will never will because I don't want to rate penises. But if that were to happen in some way, some weird circumstance where it would happen, I would 100% like just do a Gordon Ramsay impression, like I'm rating a dish from someone from Top Chef.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do that live right now. Come on, Emmy.
Oh my God! What's